serving the community through faith and athletics. The Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2 of our doubleheader action on this evening. Mike Prince here with you from Waller High School. Men now getting ready to take on the Montgomery Bears. These guys used to cross up paths with each other back in olden district alignments, but now they'll be facing as non-district opponents tonight. Congratulations to the Lady Bulldogs, victorious over Tomball by the score of 70-29 in game number 1. Dominant performance by the Bulldogs as they now get ready to do the introductions for tonight's action. We'll see if they'll do introduction of the starting lineups or if they'll go straight into the match here. We'll find out here momentarily. Second half of this broadcast is being made possible by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance of Waller, Texas. Diva Skin Conditioner, located at divafeet.com.
Waller ISD, welcome to Waller High School for tonight's basketball matchup between Montgomery Bears and your Waller Bulldogs. Tonight's starting lineup for your Montgomery Bears. Senior number 15, Gentry Hood. Junior number 42, Mateo Marino. Junior number 5, Kay Tipton. Junior number 24, Isaac Lawson. Senior number 22, Tyler Elliott. Assistant coaches for the Montgomery Bears is Matt Monk and Nelson Carson. The head coach is Donald Johnson.
Now time for introduction of the Waller Bulldogs.
And now for your starting Waller Bulldogs. At junior number 1, Mason Stewart. At junior number 10, Jalen Duncan. At sophomore number 14, Isaiah Blair. And at senior number 21, Carlton Guillory. And at junior number 30, Jackson May. The Bulldogs are assisted by Isaiah Wright, Jonathan Randall, Kevin Daigle, and Bryce Abear. The head coach is Earl Claiborne. Our officials for tonight's game is Earl Johnson, Hammond Randall, and Don O'Brien. It's time to play ball.
Well, you hear the starting lineups as the Bulldogs and the Bears of Montgomery will do battle here at Waller High. Bulldogs in their white uniforms with the maroon trimming, and the Bears are in their purple uniforms with white trimming. They'll meet at the center court. Get ready to do things off on here as we have 42 and 21 Lawson. And for the Bulldogs, number 21 will be Guillory. The tip is controlled by Montgomery. Bulldogs set back in their defense. Stewart applying pressure at the point guard position as they work through Montgomery at the top of the key. Looking, the shot is no good. Rebound picked up and back in by Lawson for Montgomery, and they strike first, 2-0. Bulldogs coming back on the transition. And they are actually going to call the charge against the Bulldogs. That'll be a turnover, so Montgomery will come back. Looked like Mays was the one charged on that foul. It's now Montgomery taking it, working and penetrating, kicks it back out. Almost thought the Bulldogs had a turnover. That three-pointer's missed. The rebound is going to be possession for Waller. Waller will get a chance to inbound that one in. Trailing by the score of 2-0. Just getting started here in the first period of play. Coach Earl Claiborne leading the way for the Bulldogs. The inbound is a little trapping by Montgomery. That's going to force a turnover. And the Bulldogs force a turnover right back. And they come in on transition. And the layup is good by Blair, the younger brother of Layla, to tie this one up. That ball is going to be out of bounds by Montgomery. Possession for the Bulldogs. We're all tied here at 2, just getting on the way. Bulldogs and Montgomery. Bulldogs going from right to left as Stewart working the baseline, kicks it back out. That's a turnover, and it's going to be saved by the Bulldogs. And then they're going to say last touched. They're going to say possession for Waller. So the inbound for Waller, swinging it around, penetrating on the right side, and kicks it back out. The jumper in and out, no good by Mays. And it's going to be transition now for the Bears. Montgomery penetrating, driving, kicks it back up to the top far side. And another turnover. Guys are turning this ball back and forth over. Montgomery with the steal in the basket to make it 4-2. As Mays makes the basket, as it is now tied at 4. The jumper at the 4-2 was no good. Montgomery misses that shot. He goes out of bounds. Inbound now. Bulldogs breaking the timeline. Swinging it back up toward the top of the key. Looking. Penetrating. Kicks it back over. The crossover dribble. Coming, penetrating. That was Mays. And missed the shot. Turnover by the Bulldogs. We're still tied at 4 here in the opening periods. 5 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the first period of play. Montgomery looking for the perimeter shot. Contested. The jumper's no good. Rebound by Montgomery. Baseline shot. And pull it back out. Coming. The high dribble. And we got a stoppage. Foul on the play. 21 White was the call. Non-shooting. And there is a basket by Montgomery. Tipton with the basket. And we got a backcourt foul. Tipton hit the three-pointer to make it 7-4 with 4:47 remaining. Play call by Claiborne. The inbound by the Bulldogs. Taking it, driving it, kicks it back out. The jumper is going to be contested and turned over. No, they're going to pull it back out. Saved out of Bulldogs. Stewart crossing over. He tries to go to the left side. He kicks it back out to the right side. Whoa, that was too long. Turned over, but then Montgomery gives it right back up. And Bulldogs give it right back on the long pass that was over the intended Mays. 7-4 is our score here in the first period of play. Timeout on the floor by Earl Claiborne and the Bulldogs. 4:22 here in the first period of play. They're taking a 30-second timeout. Remind you that the Open Mic Broadcast Network been serving the Waller County area since 2002. Football, basketball, baseball, tiddlywinks, you name it. We cover it, not only for the Waller Bulldogs, but the Hempstead Bobcats, the Royal Falcons, Rose Hill Christian Eagles, Glen Buccaneers, Wharton Junior College Pioneers, and the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. The voice of student athletics, serving the community through faith and athletics. Coming out of that short timeout, Bulldogs will get their defensive bearings set as Montgomery with a 7-4 lead, working, going from left to right in their purple uniforms with white lettering. That shot's no good. Lawson couldn't get a hold to it, and it's finally picked up by the Bulldogs as they transition through, pulling back, and Guillory was harassed. We're trying to get our starters again. Number 1 was Stewart. Number 10 was Guillory. I'm sorry, 10 is Duncan. Forgive me, 21 is Guillory. And 14 is Blair, and number 30 is Mays. There's a shot. That one was missed as the Bulldogs back up on defense. Montgomery coming, going from coast to coast, pass off to Lawson. Lawson rattles that one in. And it is now 9-4 Montgomery on top of Waller. Bulldogs penetrating, looking. The jumper over in the far corner. And got a stoppage in play. Claiborne is telling his team to slow it down just a tad bit. 9-4 is our score. 3:24 remaining here in the first period of play. Bulldogs trailing. They're still making some type of assessments and discussions going on now. Everybody getting broken in. District player be upon you before you know it. The inbound, Stewart kicks it over. Mays, the jumper, no good. But the follow-up will be by Guillory. And that makes it 9-6 Montgomery. Montgomery breaks the timeline. Bulldogs sitting under man coverage right now. Kicks it back up to the top. The penetration by Lawson. And Lawson splits the defense to make it an 11-7 over the Bulldogs. The jumper, no good. Montgomery trying to keep the Bulldogs from getting the second opportunity. There's Mays again with the jumper. And he sinks that one for 3. Mays on a run right now. Mays now defending Lawson. Lawson kicks it back up to the top of the key. Penetrating, looking. Hood looked like he was the one trying to shoot that. And there is a entire new unit for the Bulldogs in this rotation. We'll try to get the numbers on for you in just a second here. They just brought a whole new squad in. So the inbound will be for Montgomery. Montgomery gets it. The jumper in and out. Rebound picked up by Montgomery. They'll get a second opportunity. Second rotating. Stewart playing good defense right now. Rotating on the Montgomery Bears, and that one finally goes out of bounds. First period of action, 1:47 remaining, 11-10. The Bulldogs are trailing. Mays with the three-pointers, bringing the Bulldogs right back into this. Montgomery at the top of the key right now, trying to work it to penetrate on the right wing. Going back looking, Bulldogs in a zone coverage, 2-3 zone coverage. They forced the turnover. Coming, dribbling. Oh, lost the ball. Did Blair. But they get it back. Does Montgomery. Montgomery coming back now. Up 11-10. Pulls up at the right elbow. And the jumper attempt by Hood creates the foul. They call for 15 on the foul. Robinson with the foul call. Hayden Robinson, his first foul as Hood misses that first free throw attempt. $11-10 is our score here in the first period. Second shot hits the bottom of the net. 12-10 is the score. As now Montgomery applying a little backcourt pressure. Bulldogs come across the timeline, no problem at all. Stewart was handling the ball. So it sounded like they said 21 was called with the foul for Montgomery. So maybe there was a misquote on the number. Back to action now, or the Bulldogs. Crossing over, looking, being patient in the left wing. Bulldogs still working, looking for the open shot. Penetrating, turned it over, and here comes Montgomery. Montgomery off the glass, no good, followed up, and the basket's good by Lawson. Lawson is definitely going to be the go-to guy tonight. 14-10 is our score. 28 seconds, remaining. That's a turnover. Bulldogs trying to adjust to the pressure put on by Montgomery here in this first period of play. 14-10 is our score. 24.66 seconds remaining in this first period of play. Bulldogs trailing 14-10. We got us a quick timeout. We'll take a timeout and we'll be right back. You listen to Bulldog basketball action on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back to Bulldog action for the Bulldogs and Montgomery Bears. That was a technical foul called against the Bulldogs. 15-10 is the score after sinking the first free throw. So now the challenge about that, with the technical, you get the ball back. And the three-pointer, no good. Shot attempt by Montgomery. Picked up now on the rebound. Trying to penetrate, cutting off the basket lane was Stewart, and that's going to bring us to the end of the first period of play. Montgomery Bears on top of the Waller Bulldogs by the score of 15-10. We'll pause for the action, and we'll be right back with more Waller basketball right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 15-10 is our score at the end of period number 1. Montgomery on top of Waller. Bulldogs trying to get their feet up underneath them. Lawson, a leading scorer for Montgomery. Bulldogs are going from right to left as Montgomery going left to right. Crossing over, looking at the right wing of the Bears. Swings it back over to the left side. Looking, stopping and going. And we got a stoppage in play. That's going to be a call against Stewart. Stewart charged with that foul here to open up this second period of play. Bulldogs trailing by the score of 15-10. Number 15 at the line for Montgomery. The shot is good on the 1-and-1. Naples hits the first shot. Second shot by Naples. Rolls in and out. Rebound picked up by the Bulldogs. Blair now swings it over to Stewart. Stewart comes, looks, dumps it back off to Blair. Rotating, going in and out. Bulldogs trying to be patient. Oh, that shot was too long by Blair. Rebound picked up by Montgomery. Montgomery feeling a little pressure by the Bulldogs, breaking through his Naples. Naples over in the corner. That shot was no good. Lawson tried to get that rebound. And it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Lawson. Bulldogs with possession as they hurry up and come across. Blair gets it across the timeline. Shakes, breaks. And there's going to be a foul called against Montgomery. Blair shook the defender. He is the younger brother of Layla Blair. It's now the inbound for the Bulldogs. Blair kicks it over, working down low. Turn around, kicks it back up. Turned over, and here comes Montgomery. Fast break. And saved and turned back over by the Bulldogs. Oh, driving baseline was Blair. Blair makes the basket to make it now 16-12. Bulldogs trailing here in the second period. That jumper's no good. Naples misses that one. And a scramble for the loose ball. And it's going to be out of bounds. I want to say Mays was the one that touched that one for the Bulldogs. So Naples coming across with the pass. The jumper in the far corner, in and out, no good for three. Rebound, saved by Montgomery. Montgomery Lawson missed that one. And rebound is picked up by Montgomery as they'll get a second opportunity. Another shot missed. This time the rebound is secured by Bulldogs. Blair kicks that out and overshot Guillory on that one. (16-12) is our score. 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the first half of play. Lady Bulldogs victorious in game one, 70-29 over Tomball. The inbound for the Bulldogs. Blair looking down low. The jumper, no good by Mays. Montgomery with the rebound. Getting it across the timeline, trying to work down low to Lawson. Lawson lost the handle on that one, and here comes Waller. Stewart kicked it over to Blair. Blair back over, down in the paint. The shot missed by Guillory. Still working. The tip is up and good. Mays with the basket. Mays now makes it 16-14 with 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. That shot no good. Here come the Bulldogs. And the basket, Mays is heating up. He gets the and one. 16-16 now with 4:58 remaining in the first half. Mays will go to the line to try to get the N1. We got some timeouts on the floor right now. We'll pause simply for the calls. We're all tied at 16. You're listening to Bulldog Basketball on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back here as we're all tied at 16. I thought Mays was fouled, but they're going to say no, he was not fouled. It was just a timeout taken by Montgomery. So we'll resume action, all tied at 16. Bulldogs applying a little bit of pressure right now. Going is Naples. Naples swings it over to the far side. Gets it back into the hands of Lawson. Lawson comes toward the right elbow. Kicks it back to Naples. Naples going. Looking. Rotating around the horn. Trying to get Lawson down in the paint. Bulldogs showing some good defense right now as Montgomery showing good patience. Going down, that shot is overthrown. And here come the Bulldogs on transition. And Mays got the follow-up, but the foul was called beforehand against Montgomery. And Stewart was the one leading the charge. And Stewart will go to shoot two. Stewart is not able to hit that first shot as we have 4-17. Stewart also a good athlete, plays football. They had him at receiver, then moved him to running back. Then, before you know it, he even quarterback for a little while, played some safety. And Coach Gene Johnson is looking forward to adding him and more as he misses that second free throw. The rebound is picked up by Montgomery. Montgomery transition through. Down low, the baseline attempt. Reverse, and that's good by Lawson. 18-16. Bulldogs trail Montgomery. Bulldogs coming back around, rotating through. Looking. Blair driving on the left side. He draws the foul, but they're going to say he was the one who did the fouling. So that will be a turnover for the Bulldogs. They're trailing 18-16 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first half of play. Bulldog action being brought to you by Diva Skin Conditioner, located at divafeet.com. If you have diabetes, eczema, you need to go to divafeet.com, D-I-V-A-H feet.com. Money back guarantee. You have absolutely nothing to lose. Montgomery breaking through and knocks that down for three was Naples. And it's 21-16 now. Mays comes back with a three-point attempt. It's no good. And here comes Montgomery on the transition. Bulldogs back on defense. They're rotating around the horn or the Montgomery Bears. Dawson working down low and turns that one over. Here comes Waller on the transition. Stewart kicks it up, and the basket is good. That was going Naples with the basket. There's a stoppage in play right now. As the stoppage of play will bring it, and I got to give credit to, I got my 15s mixed up. Waller Bulldogs 15 is Naples, and Montgomery's 15 is Hood. So I've been saying Naples. I should have been saying Hood. The missed free throws by Montgomery. Then they follow that up with another three-pointer. 24-18 now with 2:22 remaining in the first half of play. Montgomery on top of Waller. So the Bulldogs looking, penetrating. The shot good for three. Naples knocking that one down. 21-24, Bulldogs trail right now. Under 2 minutes remaining in the first half of play. Bulldogs applying a little pressure. The jumper by Hood, no good. Rebound by the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs now coming, trying to cut into this three-point deficit with 1:38 remaining here in the first half, trailing 24-21. As Benny Mays' son is heating up. Jackson Mays with the basket to make it 23-24, Bulldogs trailing. Bulldogs back on defense, and Hood comes right back in answer to make it 26-23. Bulldogs bringing it up the floor. Stewart shake it over on the far side. Gets it over in the corner. Working the baseline, driving, kicks it back out. The jumper no good by Naples. And here come Montgomery with the layup. Lawson lays that one in. And it makes it 28-23. Montgomery on top, stopping to play with 35.38 seconds remaining in the first half of play. So it was a foul against Montgomery. Mays at the line. Hits the back of the rim. Mays wiping the moisture off the bottom of his feet as he gets prepared for the second shot. 35.38 seconds remaining. 28-23 is a score. Montgomery on top of the Bulldogs. Mays eyes the target. Rolls it through his fingers. The second shot is good. 28-24 now. Bulldogs trail. See if they'll try to apply a little pressure. As Coach Claiborne yells out, "Get back." I don't want any unnecessary fouls. And the Bulldogs retrieve. Ball comes across the timeline now for Montgomery. More than likely they'll try to play this one for the final shot. Bulldogs applying all kind of pressure. There's a turnover. Here come Bulldogs off the glass, and good. Robertson with the basket. Bulldogs. Oh, there's another turnover. I thought it would have called something, but they let them play, and the ball does not fall through in time for the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs will go to the half, trailing by 2. 28-26 is our score at the half. Bulldogs trailing Montgomery. You listen to the first half of basketball action brought to you here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network by Diva Skin Conditioner, also by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance and Temple of Refuge Ministry. We'll pause for the halftime break and be back with more second half basketball call right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Open Mic Broadcast Network as we get ready for the second half of play. While the Bulldogs trailing the Montgomery Bears by the score of 28-26. Getting their final touches in on the shoot-around as we get ready to bring this second half of action to you right here. Remind you for tonight's coverage, we want to thank Prairie View Athletic Club, Temple of Refuge Ministries, Diva Skin Conditioner, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, attorney Lee Van Richardson. Thanking the community for your continued support of our student athletic coverage. Bulldogs will now be going from left to right in their home whites, Montgomery in the road purple. Bulldogs will be inbounding on the far side. Will be the inbound for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs get it. Coming across the timeline is Stewart. Stewart gets it over to Blair. Blair kicks it over in the corner. The jumper for Mays, no good. Montgomery coming on the transition now. Hood working with Lawson. Swings it over. Shake move, and the drive is going to be kicked back out. Montgomery will have that ball knocked out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Waller. So Montgomery will inbound. On the far side of the court to our left. And another stoppage in the play. 28-26 is our score, just getting on the way. Second half of this doubleheader action. Congratulations to the Lady Bulldogs, victorious over Tomball Lady Cougars, 70-29. Coach Nikisha Dawson. Coach Nikisha Durham got tongue-tied over there. It's the inbound now. And applying all kind of pressure with the Bulldogs on that one. Stewart couldn't chase that one down. He's fast, but wasn't quite fast enough for that one. The old saying, you can never outrun the ball, no matter what that ball is. So ready to get the inbound would be Montgomery. Montgomery breaks through the press of the Bulldogs. Lawson kisses that one off the glass to make it 30-24. Blair brings it across, shakes his defender. Hood goes over in the corner, swings it back up to the top, almost lost it, but saving it was Mays. Mays gets it, and he picks up his dribble, gets it to Stewart. Oh, they're going to get back court. Oh, Lord. So now it's picked up, say, penetrating off the glass, and one. Wow. Stewart draws the foul. 22 was called with the foul against. So Elliott was called with the foul. Stewart will go for the and one. So that one is good. It's 30-29 with 6:38 remaining here in the third period. Bulldogs trailing Montgomery Bears. Hood takes it, drives, penetrates, and gets it off the glass. Hood answers the call. 32-29. Bulldogs working. Oh, nice give and go, but it was turned over. And Hood losing the handle. He's being harassed on the back court. Breaks the timeline. Penetrating is Hood. Hood off the glass, no good. Here come the Bulldogs. Mays kicks it out. The layup off the glass. And that is going to be good by Blair. Blair makes it a 1-point deficit again. 32-31. Bulldogs trailing here in the third period. Hoodie comes right back. Hood makes it 34-31. 5 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in the third period. This game has been very tightly contested. Stewart backs out, swings it over, looking to Blair. Blair back to Stewart. Stewart gets that one to bounce in off the glass. Guillory feeds it to Guillory. Guillory with the basket. Makes it 34-33. It's going to be a foul against Montgomery. Or is it? No, it's going to be against the Bulldogs. Montgomery will inbound. Hood with it at the top of the key. Swings over, looks it over. Lawson. Jumper is no good. They had rebound. Picked up by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs kicking it out. Transition is Blair. Blair inside the paint. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Nice penetrating move by Blair that time to split the defense. As a result, he'll go to the line to shoot 2. 4:48 remaining. Bulldogs trailing by 1. Blair just tied that one up to make it 34-34. Second shot is good to make it 35-34. Bulldogs with the lead. Montgomery coming across, looking, swings it over to the left wing, coming back at the left elbow now, down low, looking for Lawson. Lawson kicks it back out. Slowing down now, his head comes back, crossing over, penetrates, drives, and he kisses that one off the glass. That was a good move, 36-35. Montgomery on top. Blair brings it up to the top of the key, looking, swings it. Almost lost it, but got it. A lot of dribbling, we're going nowhere. Back to Blair. Blair penetrates, goes, kicks it over in the corner. The jumper, good for 3. Stewart with the jumper from 3. And the Bulldogs now on top 38-36. Here come Bulldogs on the transition after the missed shot by Montgomery. Slowing down, kicking it over in the corner, back, and there's a jumper for 3. That's no good. That one was missed by Stewart. The Bulldogs now coming back on defense. Montgomery draws the foul. Guillory charged with the foul. As they're going to send Montgomery to the line. It looks like number 10 at the free throw line. It looks like it's 10. Yeah, 10's at the line. Hergy, we're going to say Hergy. We forgive you if you messed that up. Nonetheless, he misses it. 38-36, 3:14 remaining in the third period. Bulldogs on top of Montgomery. H-E-R. Is that what it is? H-E-R? I-G-I. Hergy. Hergy's second shot is good. It makes it 38-37. Claiborne is asking for a slowdown. Working back and forth. Penetrating. Drawing the foul. Good ball movement that time by the Bulldogs. 22 was called for the foul as Naples will go to the line. Elliott called with the foul, Naples at the line. Naples will shoot 2 for the Bulldogs. First shot, nothing but bottom of the net. 39 now for the Bulldogs. Naples' second shot hits the front of the rim, no good. So the Bulldogs will hold on to a 39-37 lead. Montgomery working around the horn now. Hood takes it, drives to the left, spins, kicks it back out. Working, they're trying to look for Lawson. It appears there's a turnover. Here come the Bulldogs transitioning 3-on-1. Great defensive hustle by Montgomery's Elliott to break that one up. Bulldogs will get possession. Up 39-37 with 2:32 remaining here in period number 3. Bulldogs with the inbound. Getting it is Naples. Naples pulls it up to the top of the key. Kicks it over now. Trying to work. Working the jumper. Oh, good for 3. Naples nails that one from the top of the key. Makes it 42-37. Bulldogs now back on the defensive side. Working, penetrating, drawing a foul. So the foul was called against the Bulldogs. Looks like may have been called against Freeman for the Bulldogs. Now Harrigan makes that first free throw attempt. 38-42. Bulldogs up. Exactly 2 minutes remaining here in period number 3. Harrigan's second shot hits the front of the glass. The rebound was picked up by the Bulldogs but lost and pushed off the glass for a basket for Montgomery. 42-40 now is the score. And the Bulldogs getting a little sloppy. So they turn that one over. Bulldogs up 42-40 here in the third period. The inbound, I beg your forgiveness, it was touched by Montgomery. Bulldogs with it. Rotating, looking. Naples is getting it over, and we got a scram on the floor. Whoa, that was almost a tech there, Blair. So the foul was called against Montgomery. Non-shooting foul. Bulldogs with the inbound. Working, trying to get free. There's a turnover. And here comes Hood now for Montgomery. Hood swings it over, looking down low, working. The shot in the glass is good by Lawson. And Lawson has tied this contest up at 42. 1:14 remaining. Bulldogs got another stoppage in the play. 42-42 is our score. I want to say last touched by Montgomery. So the Waller will inbound. All tied at 42 here in the third period. The inbound set is in. Taking it on the far side, drawing the foul. And that looks like Freeman drew the foul. Freeman will go to the line to shoot 2. Bulldogs and Montgomery Bears all tied at 42. 1 minute, 6 seconds remaining here in the third period. Freeman's first shot is good. 43-42. 106. Freeman's second shot up and good. So the Bulldogs applying backcourt pressure now. Montgomery breaks through and almost with the turnover and shooting and missing was Lawson. The rebound picked up and it's going to be, did they call over the back? Well, it's going to be out of bounds. So they call a foul against Montgomery. They're going to walk all the way down to the other end here. And some bonus shots now for the Bulldogs. 23 at the line for the Bulldogs. Parrish at the line. .44-42 is the score. 49.74 seconds remaining in this third period action. Parrish hits the back of the rim, but the rebound is saved by the Bulldogs. Last touch by the Bulldogs. So Montgomery will inbound. Bulldogs applying a little pressure on the backcourt side. Montgomery going from right to left. They break through the press. And that ball rolls in and out. Missed by Lawson. Picked up by the Bulldogs. Missing that shot was Stewart. Stewart may have rushed that one. The jumper from the corner is good for three. Hood makes it 45-44. Another foul called against Montgomery. 22 at the line for the Bulldogs. Mr. Mathis misses that shot. Montgomery coming through. Roll looking, and the final shot, no good. That shot was missed by Montgomery. We're heading to the final period. Bulldogs on top, 46-45. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back with our final period. You listen to basketball action for the Waller Bulldogs on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready for the final curtain call here in this contest. The Bulldogs up 46-45 as we start this fourth period. Starting lineup for the Bulldogs back on the floor. Guillory, Duncan, Stewart, Jackson, and Blair. Jackson Mays, I should have said. Bulldogs working. Drawing another foul. And it's the bonus time now for the Bulldogs. They got to make them count now. It's the starting five back in. Stewart at the line. He'll be shooting. The and one. He hits the front of the rim. No good. I said the and one, the 1-and-1. Rebound picked up by the Bulldogs. Working down low. Turning the jumper. No good. And rebound is secured by Montgomery. And that shot from the corner. No good. Off the rebound of the Bulldogs. Finally secured by the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs come back across the timeline going left to right. Mays gets the charge call. Mays leaned in trying to draw the contact, but he was called for initiating that one. It'll be a turnover for the Bulldogs. So now there is a timeout on the floor. Bulldogs and the Montgomery Bears with 7:16 remaining. 7:16 remaining. 46-45. We take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 7:16 remaining in regulation. Bulldogs on top of the Montgomery Bears by the score of 46-45. Very good contest for the Bulldogs. This is our first look at the men's division of Waller Bulldog basketball. Had a few looks with the women. They were victorious over Tomball earlier, 70-29. We're back to action here. Montgomery going from right to left. Hood swings it over. They're looking, working. And there's a turnover. Elliott couldn't get that pass over the transition for the Bulldogs. And good off the glass That was Duncan following through with the assist from Blair. Bulldogs now on top, 48-45. Rotating around, good swarming defense by the Bulldogs. Knocked that one out of bounds. Possession for Montgomery. Montgomery gets that one in. Working, rotating, looking. Lawson working down low. He gets it, turns around, kicks it to Hood. Hood back, working to Elliott. And back to Hood. It's no good. Rebound is picked up and shot up from, missed by Lawson. Lawson gets his rebound again, kicks it back out, gets it back to Hood. Hood gets it to Elliott. Elliott lost the handle of it, and here come the Bulldogs. Bulldogs turn it over, and here come Montgomery again. Montgomery swing, kicks it. Lawson off the glass, and it's good. 48-47, Bulldogs on top. Blair gets it across, dribbling with his left hand, swings it over to Stewart at the top of the key. Stewart working toward the right side. Actually, that's Duncan. Duncan went up and down, and they're going to call that a travel. Duncan turns that one over. 48-47, 5:47 remaining in the contest. Bulldogs holding on to a 1-point margin. Hood directing the offense. Swings it back and forth. He and Elliott working. Lawson working in the paint. Working. There's a turnover. Here come the Bulldogs transitioning. Stewart bounce pass off the glass. Jackson Mays and one. I'm sorry, Jackson Mays on the assist. I got excited. That was Blair. Isaiah Blair. And he misses that one. Rebound picked up by Montgomery. Montgomery turns that one over. And it's going to be last touch by the Bulldogs. Possession for Montgomery. 5:09 remaining. 50-47. Bulldogs on top. Bulldogs trying to pull a sweep on this evening. Lady Dogs winning big over Tomball. Men trying to hold them off here. Hood for Montgomery on the right wing. He pulls it back out. Takes it, looks, penetrates, kicks it down low. Oh! Foul was called against the Bulldogs. No one in the house agreed with it. At the line for Montgomery, number 24 will be Lawson. Lawson sinks that shot. Lawson has had a strong night tonight. 50-48 with 4:48 remaining. Second shot hits the rim. No good. Rebound by the Bulldogs. Working. Bulldogs penetrates and missing that shot, followed it up. And the basket, good for the Bulldogs. Guillory with the basket. Bulldogs 52. And applying pressure in the far corner with the Bulldogs. 52-48 with 4:10 remaining. Bulldogs applying pressure. Inbound now. Bulldogs should be inbound in this one. In the far corner. Far near corner. It's a long time in between. And they get it in. Working. Montgomery applying pressure. Bulldogs break the press quite well. Bulldogs in somewhat of a stall mode with the lead. Oh, that was a reach in. Wow. So it was knocked out of bounds by Montgomery. And Duncan gets it inbound.
Get off the court!
And driving, going through was Blair. Blair kicks it back out. And a glass shot by Jackson Mays makes it 54-48 now. The Bulldogs on top with 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the final period. Bulldogs trapping. They're working back and forth. On the top is Hood. Hood pulls back up to the top of the key. Looking, working. That jumper by Elliott was no good. The rebound picked up by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs, Stewart gets it, comes across the line, breaks through, penetrating. The Bulldogs just cutting all through, passing the ball around. Looking in, Duncan with the miss and the rebound missed by the Bulldogs, Guillory. And Guillory, did he draw the foul? Yes, he did. Guillory will go to the line to shoot. Bulldogs up 54-48 with 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining here in the final period. Guillory's first shot, no good. Hits the front of the rim. Still remains 54-48. Got to sink these free throws if you're the Bulldogs. Second shot, no good. That was worse than the first one. Rebound picked up by Montgomery. Hood gets it across, drives to the right side looking. Lawson's shots, no good. Picked up by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs coming back across the timeline quickly. Blair pulls up. He's trapped, and there's another foul. Blair drew the foul. Naples looked like he's ready to get inserted back into the game, but he sits back down. Meanwhile, Blair will go to the line. He's shooting. 2:28 remaining, 55-40. As Blair makes that free throw. Second shot. Rolls in and out. Rebound picked up by Montgomery. 55-48. Montgomery trailing the Bulldogs. Swings that across. Bulldogs looking. Elliott trapped in a corner. Drives. Gets it to Lawson. Lawson missed that shot. Here come the Bulldogs again. Bulldogs getting it across the time. Slowing it down now. Running in a little circle now with Stewart. Stewart takes it, drives, and draws contact. So Stewart will go to the line to shoot. No, actually it's going to be an inbound. I thought he was shooting. They said he was not shooting. Not quite in the bonus yet. The inbound for the Bulldogs. They're working it. Bounce it over to Guillory. I'm sorry, not Guillory, but Blair. Blair shakes his defender, pulls it back out, gets it. Jackson Mays draws the foul. Jackson finishes that one for the basket and the and one. 57 now for the Bulldogs, 48 for Montgomery. Jackson's too strong on that one. The rebound's going to be secured by Montgomery. Montgomery. Hood gets it across. Being guarded at the top by Stewart. Swings it over to Elliott. Elliott swings down low. Lawson's shot was no good. The rebound is going to be secured by the Bulldogs. And that was another foul call. And it's going to slow this one down a lot now. We still have a little bit of time left. 1:14 remaining, 57-48. The Bulldogs are on top. Stewart is at the line. Jackson goes out. Try to get a bead. 34 for the Bulldogs has just come in. Makunga. And then Naples is in. So Stewart's second shot. $59-48 is our score. 1:13 remaining. Bulldogs don't need to foul. You hear Claiborne calling out instructions. Hood hits the ground hard. They're going to call a foul against the Bulldogs. Looks like number 15, Hood, took a hard splat on the ground. Still a little shaking. We'll pause just for a moment while they get this all worked out. Hood comes back in. He's going to be shooting the free throws. He sinks the first one. Makes it 59-49 with 1:02 remaining in the contest. He appears to be okay. Second shot hits the front of the rim and danced and flirted but fell out. Bulldogs with the rebound. And there's a turnover coming back. Oh, that was not a good foul. That was not a good foul against Naples. 54.52 seconds remaining. Is that number? No, they're inbound. No foul. There was no shooting foul. Okay. It's an inbound. 54 seconds remaining in the contest. Inbound is secured by Montgomery, then turned over. And here come the Bulldogs, and we got another foul to slow things down. You're going to get a lot of this now remaining with the time here. 48 seconds remaining, 48.88 seconds. 59-49 is the score. Bulldogs on top. Bulldogs are in the bonus. As that's number 11 at the shot, at the free throw, misses the first one. Whitten misses both of those. Rebound by Montgomery. Just let him shoot it. And there's a jumper good by Hood. 59-54 with 32 seconds remaining. I said 59-54, 59-51. Looking at the shot, at the time that was remaining. Montgomery now with the stoppage of play. 17 seconds remaining, 61-51. Bulldogs will be heading as the Bulldogs will just hold this one out as they bounce it around. Time winding down as we have 3, 2, 1, and that is the final. Bulldogs 61, Montgomery 51. The Bulldogs pull off the sweep on the evening. Lady Bulldogs had no problem at all with Tomball winning by the score of 70-29. The men cap off the Montgomery Bears winning by the score of 61-51. That is going to bring a conclusion to our doubleheader action tonight for Waller Bulldog Athletics. I want to thank our sponsors and underwriters for tonight's coverage. Attorney Lee Van Richardson of Hempstead, Texas. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance of Waller, Texas. Diva Skin Conditioner at divafeet.com, D-I-V-A-H feet.com. Prairie View Athletic Club of Prairie View, Texas. Temple of Refuge Ministry of Prairie View, Texas. And we want to thank you, the listeners, for joining us on tonight. Once again, the final score. Waller 61, Montgomery 51. We want to thank you all so much for joining us. Remember to join us each and every day for the Mike Prince Show here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Follow us on our social media handles on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at The Mike Prince Show. And you can follow us on YouTube at Open Mic Broadcast Network. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. God bless to all a good night. And we'll see you on the other side.
Serving the community through faith and athletics. The Open Mic Broadcast Network.